Happy Thursday, dog lovers, pet parents, my people. It's Tiara with Tiara Speaks Dog, and today I want to talk about a behavior that many owners find equal parts funny, awkward, and frustrating. Your dog loses their mind when you hug your partner. Maybe they wedge themselves between the two of you. Maybe they bark, paw at your leg, or maybe they even jump up on the couch and insist on becoming the third participant in the cuddle session. Over the past few months, I've had a surprising number of dogs that seem to have strong opinions about their owners showing affection to other people, especially their other parent, oddly enough. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, this behavior is, of course, not entirely random, right? And that started while I was reading about a concept called self-actualization. Now, self-actualization is the process of becoming what you were designed or capable of becoming. Now, in humans, it often refers to living a meaningful life, right? Developing your talents, contributing something larger than yourself, and expressing your authentic nature. The author that I was reading broke self actualization into four pillars, and those four pillars were truth, expression, challenge, and contribution. And as I sat there thinking about dogs, as I tend to do all day, I realized that some of those same ideas might help explain some of the behaviors we see in our highly attached companion animals. Let's start with truth. Truth asks the question, what was the individual created to do? For dogs, that of course means looking at what? Genetics. A border collie was created to control movement. A Labrador retriever was created to retrieve game. A livestock guardian dog was created to protect. And many companion breeds were created to stay close to people, not occasionally, constantly. For generations, humans selected dogs that wanted to be near us, watch us, work alongside us, and pay attention to our activities. Which brings us to the second pillar, expression. How does the dog naturally express those instincts? For Felicity, expression often looks like following me from room to room with her head held high, waiting for instructions, doing a twirl, doing circles around me. She wants to know what I'm doing. She wants to know where I'm going. She wants to know how can she be involved. And honestly, that's exactly what I would expect from a dog whose favorite activity is being with her person. Then we have challenge. Are we giving the dog opportunities to use their mind, to solve problems, to learn, to work? Many behavioral issues become much easier to understand when we realize the dog is underemployed. The dog has all this motivation, all this intelligence, and all this social energy with nowhere productive to put it. And then finally, contribution. This is the pillar that really got me thinking. Contribution asks, how does the individual participate in important events occurring around them? And that's where today's topic begins because I noticed a pattern. Exhibit A, Zumi. Zumi is a Maltipoo with a wonderful personality and a bright future ahead of her as a psychiatric service dog. She's affectionate, she's intelligent, she's highly attached to her owner, and she absolutely hates seeing her owners embrace. Exhibit B, Mocha. Mocha is a Portuguese water dog. Historically, Portuguese water dogs worked alongside fishermen, retrieving equipment, carrying messages, and helping crews perform daily tasks. Very utility. Util is util a word? I'm gonna have to find out. They're intelligent, independent thinkers who were bred to work closely with people. Now, according to her owner, Mocha can barely tolerate watching her mom hug her partner without inserting herself into the situation. And then there's Exhibit F. Tiara, what? You skip C, D, E? Exhibit F. Felicity, my little Pomeranian. She does not particularly appreciate seeing me devote my attention to my clients, to other dogs, and people in my group class can attest to this. As soon as I start talking too long to the crowd, she starts her tea kettle whine. And so I started asking myself, what do these dogs have in common? The answer isn't breed or size. It isn't really about training. The answer is attachment. Research has shown that attachment and attention seeking behaviors are influenced by genetics, of course, and studies have identified significant breed differences in social behavior and owner attachment. In other words, some dogs may be, just maybe, genetically predisposed to form stronger bonds with particular people than others. And when you think about it, it makes sense. Companion breeds were hand selected for generations to stay close to humans. Their success depended on maintaining proximity, attention, and social connection. So perhaps it shouldn't surprise us when some of those dogs become highly invested in one particular relationship. Now, before anybody misunderstands me, I'm not saying that the dogs are jealous in the human sense. I'm not saying that they're planning to sabotage your relationship or your marriage, right? What I am saying, though, is that many of these dogs have built a significant portion of their daily purpose around one person. And when something interrupts that connection, they notice. I like to think of it this way. You hired an executive assistant. Now, this person's entire job is to anticipate your needs, stay close to you, monitor your schedule, and help you accomplish your goals. Now, one day, another assistant shows up. Now, all of a sudden, that assistant is somehow taking over those responsibilities. The original assistant might become confused, not because they're evil, not because they're jealous, but because they're trying to understand their role. Many companion dogs may be experiencing something similar. Their entire world revolves around one person. Then suddenly someone else enters the picture and begins occupying space in that relationship. So what do we do about it? You're always talking about stuff, Tiara. What are we going to do? This is where the four pillars become useful: truth, expression, challenge, contribution. We already know what the dog was bred to do. We understand they naturally express those instincts. We provide meaningful challenges through training, enrichment, and work. But contribution is often the missing piece. Instead of asking, how do I stop my dog from interfering? We might want to ask, how can I give my dog an appropriate role? Can they go to place? Can they retrieve a toy? Can they settle on a bed nearby? Or, my preference, can they kind of saddle up to your left or your right side and lean their weight on you as they watch you embrace or kiss your partner? Because maybe the issue isn't that the dog wants attention. Maybe the issue is that the dog doesn't know how to contribute. And for a dog whose entire purpose revolves around people, contribution matters. At the end of the day, I don't think these dogs are really trying to ruin the moment. I think they're trying to be a part of it. The challenge for us trainers and owners is teaching them how to participate in a way that's productive, appropriate, and compatible with the lives we want to live. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.